I'm Mr. Christopher. This is my world. And this is Roasting the Dead. Let's go! Oh, darling, please don't be dead. I never wanted you to die. Believe me when I tell you, I never wanted you to die. Bow, 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 bow. Back in the 1800s, they used to have bees that would fly around and predict the weather. But once the 1900s came around, they retired all of them and they buried all the weather bees here so that, you know, they had a rightful place in the ground where I guess they belong. Margaret B. Livermore. This isn't even a woman, this was just a pet bee that someone was devastated when they lost, and they named her Margaret Livermore, and she lived quite a while considering she was a bee. I thought a bee's lifespan was like a couple of years. You know, 57 years for a bee ain't too shabby. She brought the name Margaret Livermore to a whole new level. Should have named her Live Forever. You know what I'm saying? Now, 57 years for a human being is pretty shabby. That's pretty shabby. We're looking for more like 70 to 85 years, I'm thinking. You want to hit that 70 to 85 mark as if you're a human, and then you can call it at that. Call it at that. No need to go further. I've met these people. I'm sure you have too. Most of them don't even want to be alive after that. They're like, why am I still here? This is just a bee that had passed away, and they used him in the past tense. He had beed. He is no longer being, but he had beed. Padula oblongata. We all know what this guy probably most likely died of. AIDS. Yeah, I hate to say it, but it was probably AIDS. I mean, the numbers are a little janky these days, but they say 71% of patients that have AIDS are gay. I think back in the day it was 98%, and I think they muddied the water there. But who am I? I don't know. Who am I? I don't know. I'm just me. Whoever sins burns in hell forever. DeParry, more like departed. Grab the calandrio so I can drain the pasta. Ooh, fancy. All I ask of you is to remember me as loving you. Who are you? Who are you? Ah, creepy. I actually have an interesting story about Burla Markey. This is a simple tale about how strange of a person I am. I was at a completely different cemetery, and I had been walking around. It was a beautiful day, and I decided I'm going to lay down. It's beautiful here. So I laid down. I happened to lay down by a Burla Markey grave. Completely different cemetery than this cemetery in a completely different land. This guy ended up walking by 3 different times, and I was like, that guy's sketching me out. To this day, I'm not sure if he's a ghost. In fact, I often don't know if the people I meet in cemeteries are real or not, ever. But, you know, who knows? Who cares? Ghosts. Are they even real? What's real? What's real? What's real? Anyway, finally the guy said, do you know the Burla Markeys? And I said, no. Because I didn't want to say yes. What if he was a Burla Markey himself? And he started to quiz me. That would have been embarrassing. I would have been like, I know nothing, I was lying. And then I had to run away like a scared little girl. But yeah, that happened. And then I was like, all right, well, have a good day. And he was like, oh, okay. And he walked away awkwardly. And then I was like, well, now I have to leave. Because that was weird. And he's probably going to call the police and say some guy is going to dig up my family. But we all know here in Mr. Christopher's world, we do not believe in grave robbing. This idiot spelled read wrong. How are you gonna tell people to read when you can't even spell? God, you dummy. Well, it didn't work for you. This guy's kid did such a bad thing, he took his toy and buried it. He said, yeah, you're not playing with that anymore, give it to me. And he went to the cemetery, he paid $250,000 to get a nice tombstone and have it buried here. Stop picking and eating your boogners. I do need some Huggies, but I guess we'll just, are you here with me now? I'll take a hug, please. Don't make me banish you to the land of Tartaglia. Well, give me some. Hello, pretty lady. Someone said to me, you know there's cockroaches in your coffee grounds? I said, I drink decaf. They said, it doesn't matter, there's still cockroaches in your decaf coffee grounds. They said, why do you drink decaf anyway? I said, so I don't get addicted. I don't like addiction. Addiction's bad. They said, anyway, there's cockroaches in your coffee grounds. I said, well, it's good to know that there's protein in there. What do you want from me? I said, here's a hot take for you. I'd rather have cockroaches in my coffee grounds than sodium bicarbonate and glyphosate and red dye number 40, WD-40 in my food, okay? Stop spraying my fruits and vegetables with orange peel or whatever they're doing with the Bill Gates thing there. Giving cancer to everybody. Giving cancer to the world. Why? Why are you microwaving us, Bill? Bill Gates, why are you microwaving us? Why? What did we do? I was born. Sorry. Sorry, my parents had intercourse and I became a person. My apologies. Now you gotta kill me? Everybody gotta kill me? Drop bombs and kill everybody? Jeez Louise with the world. Jeez Louise. Cockroaches in the coffee. There's poison in the food. I don't know. Anyway, that's the end of Roasting the Dead. I'm Mr. Christopher. I hope you enjoyed. Like, follow, subscribe, comment. Do you. Lead with love. Never be afraid. Don't fight hate with hate. If you fight hate with hate, hate prevails. And if hate prevails, no one wins. Oh, farewell. Mr. Christopher, you crazy.